Hi guys, this is Raven from Close Enough Cosplay, and I know it's been forever since I've last made a video, but today I've got you one for this upcoming year. So 2016 is closing, and 2017 is opening. Yay! And of course with a new year comes more conventions, obviously. But if you're new to the cosplay scene and are like, how in the world do I pack for going to a convention? Then this is the video for you. The very first thing before, well, once you have your characters picked out, is you need to make a list. So I have me just a normal blank book, Plans for World Domination, haha. And this has lists, packing lists from like the past and thing to do lists and all sorts of stuff. So if I can find it, there it is. Here I have my packing list. It is separated into 3 categories. There are the specific characters, there's extra stuff, and then stuff you normally would pack. And for each of my characters, they are broken down into 4 categories. The costume itself, any accessories they have, any makeup they have, and if they have wigs. In this scenario, I'm going to be packing up Asahi Azumane from Haikyuu, my belly dancer Umbreon from Pokemon, and my Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. Now, as you go along, I would suggest marking stuff off your list. So here we go. The first thing that I would do is find the costume pieces for each character one at a time. And of course, have a bag to put them in. So I've got my duffel bag right here. So for Asahi, the first thing I'm going to need is his uniform, which I have right here. So here is his jersey. You can either hang them in a garment bag, or what I'll do is I'll just fold them nice and neat, and then I will pack them in my bag. Here are his shorts. Again, fold them or hang them, whatever you want to do with it. I would suggest, depending on the order that you're playing your characters in, whoever you're playing on the last day, put at the bottom of the bag, and whoever you're playing the first day, put on top of the bag. The next item I would have would be a binder. Of course, I have my binder for my male characters. And of course, I could go ahead and mark off my list. I've got the uniform and the binder. And since Ed also needs a binder, I could go ahead and mark it off for him too. And then the next thing would be his shoes. So I have my tennis shoes, and you would just if you can, pack them in a different pocket in your duffel bag, or if you need to pack them in a separate bag, do that. So the next character who I would pack for would be Umbreon. So the first thing I have listed for her is her dance bra, which here it is. So with the belly dancer characters, if you have bras for them, be a little more careful when you're packing them, because depending on what they are, like this bra is not as nice as the one I have for my Loki. You just need to be careful with how you pack them, or pack them separately from the rest of your clothes. The next item would be her skirt. So this is the skirt that I have for her. This can be folded up nicely, or you can put it in a garment bag, whichever one suits you. Next item would be her hip scarf, which of course is the thing that belly dancers are normally recognized by. So jingle jangles! I love jingle jangles. And these could just be put into your bag, or if you prefer putting them in a different bag, do that. And then the last thing for her would be shoes, which in this case I am using black flip-flops that are comfortable to walk around in, but whenever I take photos, I'll take them off because I prefer barefoot belly dancing, but that's me. So now we get to mark all of those off our list. So bra done, skirt done, hip scarf done, and sandals done. And now we pack for Ed. The first thing I have for him is his black tank top, which I already have folded. So we pack that over there. Next would be his black leggings, which I have folded. And then the last thing would be his boots, which if you can't fit them in your bag, you can always carry them to the side. So that's done for him. Tank top, leggings, boots, done, done, done. The next section for your characters is the accessories. So for this, I personally would use a bag to hold my accessories in, unless they're built props, which I'll explain what that is in a minute. So for my accessories that are not built props, which I'll explain in a second what built props are, I have this little pouch. It's an old potato chip pouch from Hot Topic, but any small bag would work, or larger depending on what your prop is. So open it up, your accessories can go in here and just fits in your duffel bag or your backpack easy. So going through the list again, Asahi has his headband. So here is the headband I use for Asahi. Just take that, drop it on in there. Oops, it's getting stuck. No! Okay, there we go. So done. Mark that off of the list. Headband, done. For Umbreon, she has a normal prop and a built prop. Her normal prop is the bangles that I wear for her. You can either put this in like a jewelry box type thing, or just pack it with the rest of your props, which is what I personally do. Now she has a built prop, which is the ears. And for built props, I like to put them in a completely separate container, which I will be showing you whenever we go to Ed's section of the accessories, because this will be going in the box with his automail arm, which I will show you in just a second. And so we mark those off the list. So ears, jewelry, done. And then for Ed, he has 2 normal accessories and 1 built. The first is his white gloves, which those you can easily like fold them like socks, throw them in there, and ta-da. And then the next thing is his watch, which comes in its own little pouch, but I'll show you the watch. This is what the watch looks like. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget. So that will be going in the pouch. And the clock also works. So this also came with a new battery for the watch. So put that in there. Put the watch in here. And then pull that together. In the pouch it goes. So that's all of my normal props in one bag. And now for his automail arm, since I built that, I put it in a plastic container. You can also put it in a cardboard box. This keeps it nice and secure so it doesn't get squished around. And all of his items store neatly in it. So I'm going to take my Umbreon ears and lay them in the box, just like that. Close it off, and there you go. All of your built props in one place. So let's mark off our list, shall we, friends? So arms, gloves, watch, done. Yay! Alright, the next step is going to be their wigs. Now here I have the wigs for Umbreon and for Ed, because I use my own hair for Asahi. I personally store them in plastic bags. These are the bags that the wigs came in. Some people have like nice silk bags for them, some have boxes. You store your wigs for travel the way you do it. Because obviously people are going to store their wigs differently depending on if they're traveling or at home. And if your wig is styled, then please bring a head form for it. So pack those in there and mark off the wigs for both of them. And then the last section is going to be the makeup. So for the makeup, you also would want to bring a separate pouch for it, because let's face it, this is my entire cosplay makeup collection. I'm not carrying that entire thing. So here I have this little pouch. It's Boy Tears, and it came from Grandma Thunderpants, who is a vendor at a lot of Georgia conventions. So you definitely need to check her out. She's great. So I'm gonna open up the handy dandy makeup box. And the first thing we're going to do is look for Asahi's makeup. So automatically I know I'm going to be taking 2 things. I'm going to be taking my brushes, and I'm going to be taking makeup wipes. Those automatically get packed in, because you're going to always need brushes and always need wipes. So for Asahi, he's going to need 3 things. contour powder, an eyebrow pencil, and eyebrow wax. So this is the powder I use for him. It's just brown eyeshadow. So take that, put it in here, mark him off. And I also use the same powder for Ed. So I can mark that off his list of makeup too. So see how that is going. We're doing great, guys. Alright, so next we need his eyebrow pencil. So this is the pencil I use. Always bring the sharpener because never know if something will happen. Shove those in there. Woohoo! And then I need his eyebrow wax. So this is the eyebrow wax that I use for him. On one side, it's a sponge with the wax on it. You just dab, dab, dab. And on the other side, it was a pencil, but the pencil broke. And yes, I have separate ones. So put that in there. So mark off the eyebrow pencil, mark off the wax, done. And for all my characters, I want to bring one thing, setting spray, which of course this is from e.l.f. I ended up getting this as a gift, but e.l.f. is relatively cheap, so it's NYX. NYX is very important, guys. So you can use either setting powder or a setting mist. Just whenever you're done with your makeup, pull it off, hold it a few inches away, close your eyes, and done. Don't spray too much or else your makeup will run. So, setting spray in there. So, next we go to Umbreon's makeup. Now she needs black eyeshadow and gold eyeshadow. So for her black eyeshadow, I have this sparkly black, and I don't know who it's from. Merle Norman? I have no idea what that is. But a sparkly black eyeshadow. This is the color Black Frost. So get that in, done. And then the gold eyeshadow I have comes in a palette from Wet n Wild. This is, I think, called She Has Good Genes. I Got Good Genes. So you can tell the gold is frequently used. And of course, if you have any characters that have blue, that's great. Pack that in there. So we can mark off the eyeshadows for Umbreon. And then I actually use that same gold eyeshadow for Edward for his eyebrows. So I can go ahead and mark him off too, and that is Edward's makeup. So he uses Asahi's contour powder and Umbreon's gold eyeshadow. So woohoo, done. Next thing, of course, is going to be mascara. If you would like to bring eyeliner, you can. I personally don't use it for mine, but that's up to you. In the bag. Next is red lipstick. And here is what I have. I think this is... oh, it's CoverGirl, okay. So this was from CVS. Let's face it, whatever. So red lipstick in the bag. The last item is yellow face paint, which sounds weird. So here is the yellow face paint. This came in like a 6-pack at Walmart. This is what I use to make the rings on her forehead and on her shoulders. So definitely will need that. Put it in the makeup bag. Zip. Done. There is all your makeup for the entire convention. And you put it down. And so let's mark it off our list. Mascara, lipstick, face paint. Done. Alright, so now we go to the next section. We're done with the characters. Everybody's packed. Great. Now there's some extra stuff that you need to bring that is absolutely important to always bring for a convention. The first and most important item is a hot glue gun and glue sticks for it. Especially if you have built props, you never know if one of your props is going to fall apart. Or, you know, you could have a friend who has a prop fall apart on them, and you can fix that. You could get a smaller glue gun. I did have one, but it broke. So I just bring my larger one, pack that in there. Next item is a wig brush. Super important, so you can brush out your wigs. Also bring like bobby pins and whatever hair things you need for your wigs. And last is a good pair of scissors. Or you can also bring wig scissors. So if you need to style a wig or if you need to just cut things, you're good. So mark those off the list. Hot glue, wig brush, scissors. And then for the rest of your stuff, you just pack like you're going on vacation somewhere or going to a hotel or whatever. So, you know, bring your toiletries, bring medications, bring pajamas, socks, underwear, that whole thing. But the one thing I will stress is bring comfy clothes for the last day of the convention. Because most of the time, you do not want to drive home or ride home in the costume you're wearing, unless it's really comfy. Like, I think I've actually driven home in Asahi's uniform before, but that's just because he's very, very comfortable. So, what I personally do is I will bring, like, leggings or sweatpants and a nice t-shirt, and probably wear one of the pairs of shoes that I brought with me. That's all the packing. Now, here are a few tips for you convention goers. Number 1, limit your shoes if possible. So if you have a bunch of characters, try seeing if any of them can share shoes with each other. In this example, each of my characters have different shoes, so I had to bring 3 pairs. However, I would use the black sandals and wear that to the convention and back from the convention, or wear the tennis shoes or the boots, whichever ones. So the point is, I don't have to bring more shoes. The next thing is always check the weather. The weather will tell you what clothes to wear home and to, and of course it will also determine what characters you bring. Like, if I was going to a colder convention, Umbreon would not be appropriate to go because she exposes a lot of skin and it'd be very cold. And the last but most important thing is store your items properly. Like your built props. You need to store them properly, because if they are not stored properly, then they can break. And you spent forever, like maybe 5 hours building that automail arm, you really don't want to do it again. So always make sure to have everything stored right. So that's it, guys. That is my tips on how to pack for a convention. So I hope that these tips were able to help you, and I hope that you have an awesome time at whatever convention you are going to, or however many conventions you're going to this upcoming year. So please give this video a thumbs up, comment if you like it, subscribe, share to your friends if your friends need help with packing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!